Frankenstein.
And we're here, everyone.
Oh man, will you never stop surprising me with the goodies, my friend?
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
That was a treat.
To
Not a trick.
review Ouchcast. 10 points if you can tell me what this is from.
That's a Night of the Living Dead, ain't it?
Yeah.
Nope.
I was thinking the same thing though.
Nope.
I mean, I just freaking...
Pumpkinhead. I don't know. I'm just
No.
Return?
Return of the Living
Yeah,
Dead.
you were right.
Trioxin 645.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
okay.
You were close. When
Yeah.
you said it, I was like, he's like right there.
You know, okay, so here's
Knocking
the
on
thing.
the door, let me in.
You feel me now?
I was thinking Return of the Living Dead, but when he said Night of the Living Dead,
Right.
like I conflated the two.
That's what I did.
But that's a great movie, dude. It's so underrated, but I love that movie. That movie made me afraid
Yes.
of
Me too.
zombies.
Me
Yes.
Because they ran.
Although the original...
That one scene freaked me out for life. Ever since
Which
then.
one, man? Because there's so many good scenes in that, right?
Okay, it's after he says
Send
send more brains.
No, send more paramedics.
Send more paramedics, right?
Send more
And then
paramedics.
when the paramedic comes to the back, and then that he like looks and he's like, "Oh crap!" and he tries to run, and
Right.
that one just like tackles him.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I was like, I don't know if I would survive that. Like, Night of the Living Dead, I totally could handle those. Slow walkers.
I used to have these discussions with my ex-best friend about this movie, and we'd be like, dude, yeah, it's fucking creepier than shit. But the original George Romero Night of the Living Dead is also creepy as well. Seeing these things just coming at you slowly.
Yeah.
And slowly. It's like that movie, It Follows.
Yeah.
Where, like, no matter where you go, it, you know... Yeah, it's a great fucking movie.
It Follows is like the way horror movies should be made. Like, there's only really one gory scene in that movie, and that's in the beginning, and the rest of the movie is
It's
just
just intense stuff.
yeah.
It
I mean,
Follows is
it's
the-
not scary though. That's the thing. And can I say that some of the best horror movies are not scary?
No?
They're not scary.
No,
They're
it's
just
it's
really
intensity.
Yeah,
Which brings me to today's topic. We've totally forgot. Today, we're talking Halloween. All things Halloween. Anything that goes...
I don't celebrate.
Of course you don't.
I don't.
But I do.
Yes.
Are you?
Nobody?
What in the Dumbo circus is this, sir?
Dawn of the Dead, dude. Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, the mall. Okay.
Yeah.
Deep cuts, everybody. Deep
You
cuts.
gotta twisted sense of humor, sir.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I know you don't celebrate Halloween. You know, All Hallows Eve. You know, it's an old cultural
Sam Hain.
Harvest Moon and all that shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's my favorite holiday. It's, in my house, it's my favorite holiday. It always has been. I have great memories as a child of these great costumes. You know, one time I was a cowboy on an ostrich. I was a fly, but like an actual fly with the big old eyes and the fucking hairy body and the iridescent wings. One year, I was Mac from Mac Tonight. You know, the
I thought you were going to say
McDonald's one?
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me?
That would have been
Oh,
awesome.
shit. No. It was Mac Tonight from the McDonald's commercials. You know,
So you're like
at
the big old moon.
McDonald's, it's Mac Tonight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did the whole thing, and I went to McDonald's expecting them to be like, "Yeah, here's a bunch of candy." They fucking give me
right.
2 of those crappy off-brand Chinese Mexican candies. You know those ones that
Chinese
like where it just-
Mexican.
Yeah, you know where it's either Chinese or Mexican. You don't know which one of the two it is, and it's like either it just says like banana.
Shame on you, McDonald's. You could have gave this man a Happy Meal and made his Halloween happy.
As an
And ice
ex
cream,
McDonald's employee, I can tell you if you walked in looking like that, would be like, who in the fuck is this? because honestly, none of us are happy to be there, and we're like just trying to make our money, making them fucking Big Macs, and you're coming in like as a effigy to Big Macs everywhere. We're gonna give you cheap ass Mexican fucking candy because you know what? fuck you and your costume, bro.
I'm loving it.
Fine, have it your way.
Have it yours. What's Wendy's motto?
We're losing.
Please come to our store.
You know what?
I'll suck your dick.
I definitely prefer Wendy's.
I do too. Their chicken nuggets are fucking amazing.
It's so much better than Burger King and McDonald's. Sorry, Burger King.
Yeah.
Y'all at the bottom.
I like Burger King too, but I mean,
It's at the bottom.
you have choices of those
For me.
So it's Burger
Yeah.
Popper? Burger Popper?
Bigger
for-
popper?
For me,
Or
it's
Burger Peasant then?
Burger
Peasant.
Burger peasant.
it's.
It got kicked
I'd say
out
number
in
one
Game
for
of
me
Thrones.
is Jack in the Box, then McDonald's, then Wendy's, then McDonald's, then Burger King.
We
How
should
awesome would that
Hey,
be?
who
A
do you
Game of
think-
Thrones parody on all the
fast food.
fast food chains.
You are from the kingdom of Carl's.
Kingdom of Carl's.
All right, so what do you think is Dahmer's favorite fast food?
Uh-oh.
Five Guys.
Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad.
It's not that bad.
So
It's
I was
totally
just thinking,
disgusting.
I was just thinking again of Return of the Living Dead, and there is this one scene in that movie that, like, to this day still scares the crap out of me, and it's the wide shot, right, like of the between the cemetery and the mortuary or crematorium or whatever it is, right, and it's all quiet, and all of a sudden, off in the distance, you see two people running, right, trying to get away.
Yeah.
And they're running across, and all of a sudden, like 100 zombies running at about 50 miles an hour right after them. And in my head, I'm thinking, there is no goddamn way these guys are getting away from all of those goddamn zombies. And that
No
was
damn way, lady.
in my nightmares growing up. Like, I would have
Facts.
constant nightmares about zombies because of that movie when I was... Like, this was before everybody was all into the zombie shit, right? Like, where everybody was creating their own little survivor, plans or whatever. But, dude, like, when I was, like, 10 years old, 12 years old, whenever that movie came out,
Well,
all the time.
Here's the thing: our generation was like that because we grew up on zombie movies. Then
Right.
they went away for a long time
They did.
until 28 Days Later, and then the
Dawn
new
of the
generation
Dead.
started getting into it. No, 28 Days Later was first. Then Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead... and by the way, unpopular opinion, I loved the remake. I did.
Oh no, that's not an unpopular
that.
opinion.
That-
That's not an
that
unpopular
movie
opinion.
was great.
Cool.
Dawn of the Dead, the original, is my favorite zombie movie.
Sure,
And
yeah.
the remake, it was just so much like amazing. Like
Yeah.
I love
High-
Dawn of the Dead. So
high five.
so it's not just you. There's a lot of people.
Right on.
I killed a story that I was working on called Stench of the Living Dead, but that's beside the point. But yeah, 28 Days Later was first to
Epic
come out.
movie.
They brought
Epic
everything
movie.
back. Although they're not true zombies, they're actually alive humanoids with advanced rabies.
Maybe that's why I don't count it.
But it is the first one that brought it back. It's the first one that brought it back. And we almost had it happen in real life with COVID. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we're probably... I mean,
We're closer than that. We got cell phones.
Oh,
I went there.
5G?
I went there.
Have you
How'd you-
read the Stephen King book, The Cell? And it's exactly about that. Like, it's
No.
actually, it has this great opening in the story. I don't know if they ever made a movie out of it, but the story begins with like people just out in the city talking, and all of a sudden, little by little, people, like, a signal comes through the cell phone, and people just start going nuts. Like, completely nuts. And he describes these scenes of gore, people like a little girl attacking the parents, and this grandma it just goes, it's insane. Great concept.
Yeah.
But speaking of like rabid humans, one of the more craziest takes on zombies, in my opinion, is from a comic book artist named Garth Ennis, and the series is called Crossed. Have you guys heard of this?
I've heard Garth Ennis. I've heard of it, but not that series. No.
Okay, so the premise is that people get this sort of it's almost like a flu of some sort, right? And you can tell that they're infected because they have like this rash on their face that's in the shape of a cross, right? So from their forehead down to their chin, and then from their cheek to cheek, so it looks like a cross. But here's the thing: these people, they're human except devoid of any empathy and of any conscience. In other words, they just attack people.
Sociopaths.
Sociopaths, thank you. Yes, and
Trumpsters.
dude, these people, they do any fucked up thing that comes in their mind. They do. So like these people are like raping and eating and just every single like intense whatever thing to get pleasure out. They get. It's an insane
Listen to
take on
Michelle
that.
Branch.
So have you seen this movie
How did you come
called
across-
Mayhem?
Which one now?
Mayhem?
No.
It's got the Asian dude from The Walking Dead.
Glenn? Yeah.
Okay.
So it was some virus that basically did the same thing. It essentially removed morality, and they basically gave into their, whatever their inhibitions. And there was a court case within the movie itself that got pretty much they judged it as, if you do anything under this condition, you're not going to be charged. So this dude murdered somebody when he got the first virus, the first cause of it,
right,
and then was able to walk because they said because he was infected, he had no idea what he was doing, and so that set a precedent for the movie. And then homeboy in the movie, he's basically got revenge on his mind because he just got fired, so he's gonna go up to the boss and be like, "Hey, I got a window of opportunity here." It's crazy.
Dude, that sounds incredible.
I gotta check that one out.
Where can I see this at?
Mayhem, you said?
Yeah, Mayhem. It's a red cover with Glenn from Walking Dead on it. Or Steven Yeun.
Can I stream it somewhere? Is it like a Netflix, Hulu?
It's one of those.
It's on something.
Yeah, I had seen it somewhere. I don't remember where. I think it was on Shudder for a while.
I saw it.
Speaking of on something, have you guys seen the new Halloween movie? Oh my god,
Halloween Ends.
Trash.
Nah, I stopped at Curse of Michael Myers. That's where I stopped, honestly, because after Halloween H2O came out,
you haven't seen the Rob Zombie?
I owned the first one and I never saw.
Trash.
I never seen any of them. I'm not a Rob Zombie director fan, like, at all.
Yeah.
Okay,
The only movie of his that actually was like, oh, that's decent, was The Devil's Reject.
Yeah.
Other than that,
okay, I agree with you 100%. But the first Halloween is worth a watch. He takes some liberties, but some of the liberties he takes makes total sense. He makes Michael more of a savage and a giant and a brute, which if this dude was a murderer, you would be terrified. And it does make more sense. It takes away like the subtle, sneaky Michael and turns him into like this violent, brutal killer. And so in the realm of like Michael Myers grabbing somebody and picking him up, it makes more sense that this dude could do that because he's like 7 foot and huge.
So what you're telling me is it could have been a whole different new story, and just it didn't have to be a remake of Michael Myers.
Well, no, it actually works. I'm saying like watch the first one. The second one is where it goes off the rails, and you go, dude, what the, he's gonna do that just a little bit in the first one, but he sticks to the core story enough that I think you would enjoy the first one.
I own the first one. I just never watched it.
Yeah, as knowing you, I think you would actually enjoy that one.
I probably will. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to go into it with an open mind.
I still got to go see The Monsters.
Oh shit!
What?
Is
Rob Zombie?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I haven't watched that either.
Yeah, he did.
Hard pass.
He did that.
I'm not.
He did that.
I'm sticking with the original.
So, in the movie, Hollywood Ends, which was the previous one before the new one, which called Halloween Ends.
Kills.
This one ends. The last one was Kills.
Yeah, Kills. So Halloween
Kills.
Killer. I liked it.
Oh my god!
I thought it had a pretty good premise. I kind of dug that they went back into the town and they had like survivors from the original movies. They pretty much retconned.
Yeah, they took out everything after 2 or 3, right?
No,
2.
I think 2 never happened.
2
never happened.
I don't think so. I don't think 2 ever happened. Yeah, I think I think the first one happened. I don't think the second one happened. I don't think they ever went to the hospital. I'll have to double check that. But what I liked though was that they revisit. You had like this one scene where they're at a bar and some of the survivors are there and they get together often to sort of like band together. Yeah, because it was a real traumatic thing that happened to them, and I think that's an interesting idea considering that a lot of times these slasher movies, it's like whenever you have sequels, it's not necessarily about the trauma that these people are feeling. It's just more like how can we fuck them up even more? Like what situation can we put the survivors in?
Right.
And in this case, I kind of dug that idea, but of course, then the rest of the movie turns into how can we fuck these people up more? So it started off with a good concept, but I don't think it stuck the landing.
I'll get around to it. It's just this is gonna be terrible for me to say out loud, but I'm kind of over slasher flicks.
Okay.
Like anything past 1998, I think is like.
Dang, you went deep.
Yeah, dude. Like I honestly kind of just like gloss over most new horror because it's not really. It's more for gore factor than scare factor for the new stuff.
Yeah.
With some exceptions, like It Follows. You know, but the
It
majority,
Follows is about black people and the police.
But
Everywhere you look, they're there. It
No,
Follows.
That's Get Out.
you know, It Follows is probably.
That's the sequel.
But okay, wait a minute. Are you saying that It Follows the movie is a slasher film? Because I disagree with that.
It's a horror film.
It is a horror film, but it's not a slasher film.
But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like in general, like I think the catalyst for me was slasher flicks. They got really redundant, and like I was just like, I'm done with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they started making them PG-13, it's like, okay, now I mean, come on, get the fuck out of here. And then you get into other movies where I'm just like, most horror movies these days, I'm not a fan of because I either know the story and I know they're bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, The Conjuring, or Annabelle, which, you know, the original's a Raggedy Ann doll and they made this Chucky wannabe. It's like, no, dude, it takes me off my element if I know the original story or what it's based off. The Haunting of Connecticut. I followed that case. I mean, I'm not like an expert or fucking all that shit, but I followed it. And the movie itself is just so like out there. It's like basically it's like telling the story of the Smurfs and then retelling it in a movie and making it Avatar.
Wow. What do you guys think? Okay.
Spoiler alert, that happened.
What do you guys think of, like, then from the genre of cosmic horror? Think of like Event Horizon. Well, aliens, but not necessarily
I
alien.
love Event Horizon.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
love Event
right.
Horizon.
Cosmic horror is more like the H.P. Lovecraft stuff, where it deals with larger concepts of like if not necessarily evil, maybe multi dimensions, maybe a good one. Again, Event Horizon's a good one. Another one is I would categorize Hellraiser. In the cosmic horror genre to some degree, but that's kind of on the farther spectrum. But have you guys watched The Color of Space on? I think it's on Shudder
with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
I wanted to. I had Shudder for the trial version. I was about to get in there, and then I noticed most of the good stuff is gone. It's just crap.
Have you guys seen a movie called The Void?
Yeah.
I was
One
gonna
of
watch
those
it.
cosmic horror movies.
Total cosmic horror. Great movie.
That actually made me a fan of cosmic horror because that was done well and done right, and there were so many like little concepts that worked for me. I hate like the occult stuff that they sneak into movies. But if you're just gonna blatantly put it in my face and say this is what it is and do it well, and then make it the theme of what you're watching, it's not snuck in there, and then at least I know you're like not trying to play me, like you're just putting it in my face kind of thing. So like, all right, I'll accept it because I chose to sit there. So like, you know, like I hate it when I see it in like Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
but something like The Void, it's so well done.
Okay, real quick, your favorite scary movies?
All time
favorite.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I mean, it could always change, but yeah, for now,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Enrique?
It Follows.
It Follows?
Yeah.
George?
You know, I don't know. Like, I mean, I enjoyed the Child's Play franchise up until the point where it got like kind of really, really comical.
Curse of Chucky? No, Bride of Chucky when it got comical.
Yeah.
But I actually just been going through it again, and if you go back to the originals, they're not really that,
they're
straightforward. I think the first one is the only one that's done with like
they do a Dumbala.
Give me the power, I beg of you.
I laughed when Homegirl was shaking him and be like, talk to me, damn it, or I'll throw you in the fire. You stupid bitch.
But you know what? There was a theme that they added in the first one that makes it work that they don't have in any other movie, even though like the next couple of movies kind of follow the theme of Child's Play. It was he could only possess the first person that sees him. And so it explains why Andy is the one he's after.
Yeah.
And it totally like shoehorns it, and then it also explains why Chucky starts killing people. One, he is a psycho and he does kill people, but he's trying to kill the people close to Andy so that he can be alone with Andy so that he can take him over, right? So the problem is but the problem is as like you start getting into the sequels, like I think by The Bride of Chucky, none of that mattered.
No,
He was just killing people
it.
because he was Chucky.
There's a reason behind it, though, because of the production thing. The rights to Chucky were split into two. That's why after Child's Play 3, it goes off into something else. Oh, love the song.
I like the Indian version.
Oh, humma, 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 trilla, trilla, trilla. Oh man, and when he's going like this, I'm not gonna. You know when he's going with his arms out like that. Trilla, trilla. That's as good as the.
How many continents can we be banned and canceled in?
That's as bad as the Hindu Superman and Spider Woman one.
Dang.
I love those things. I love Bollywood.
Oh man!
Shout out to Bollywood. Hey. We're branching into
Shout
new
out to
markets. Forget
Dollywood.
getting canceled.
That's a deep well mine of like money there. Let's tap into it. Like Bollywood. Whew.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh, but back to the talk about
Yeah.
Child's Play. So they split it into two rights. So that's why the original creator, he has Chucky. So he did Bride, Seed, Cult, Curse, and the series Chucky. That's him. And that's why we have the reboot Child's Play where it's like that Chucky doll. Well, it was okay.
That's with
It was,
Mark Hamill.
as it was okay.
I'm not watching it.
I watched it.
I'm not.
I watched it. It's nowhere near the original.
This
but
is
it's-
why I'm
it's
not watching it.
Fucking, it's decent.
You said since 1998.
No. I said I wasn't a fan, not that I stopped watching.
Okay, fair.
That's what I said. I said I'm not a fan, and which is true. I watch them. I watch The Conjuring. I watch all that, and I'm sorry, they're fucking stupid. They are.
Against popular opinion, I've never watched The Conjuring, any of them, or after Paranormal Activity 1. Screw that.
I've never seen
So
Paranormal
Conjuring?
Activity. I've
The
never
first-
seen it.
The
None of them.
Paranormal. I've watched. Okay, so the first.
My wife is trying to make me watch them, but I'm just like I'm not really interested.
first three were fun.
I watch it. It's on my to-do list. It's just I'm not gonna watch it.
What
Right
I
now.
like is what I like was that they did something different at that time, right? I mean, eventually, it just became saturated like everything does, but. When it first came out, it was such an interesting concept. You know, the whole thing about, found footage, but in this case, of different camera angles of a house, and just sort of watching this unfolding of supernatural activity or paranormal activity. It was fun.
Paranormal Activity. Did they say Paranormal Activity in the movie?
Okay, so like Halloween, for years everyone's been trying to figure out how to kill Michael Myers, right?
Yeah.
And then no spoilers. They do something in the new one that everyone just had been saying for years, like something super simple.
Just shoot
but
him
it
in
was
the
like if you could do that and it like kill off the main villain, then they're not really scary because you kind of have a solution to this unstoppable problem, which is why zombies always freak me out, by the way, because there's no solution. But there was a movie that let's just say The Conjuring, because everybody should have seen it by now. In The Conjuring, I'm like, why don't these people just pray? Freaking heathens.
You saying they need Jesus?
Yeah. I mean, if you got demons like that, you need to pray. You need to do something, because clearly your way ain't working. He's dragging you down the hallway. Like,
Well,
at what point do you go, oh Lord?
What if the ghost is Jewish?
It's, I know. Let's ask Kanye about that.
I'm just
He
saying you
went
can't
there.
pray it away.
It's the same God.
Okay, what if they're Muslim?
Then you got a whole different. Wait, it's not. It's not the ghost.
Shinto.
It's not the ghost. The ghost has to be subjected to who you pray to.
Why?
Isn't that the point?
Why though?
Because he's the creator of everything. He has power and
Including the
dominion
ghost.
over evil. Think
Including
about
the
it.
ghost.
In Nightmare on Elm Street, what did they do? They sprinkled holy water. It was the water that was holy enough to kill Freddy Krueger.
It wasn't the holy water. It was the water itself. It burned all his burn marks and shit. It was like fucking. Have you ever gotten fucking wounds?
It's hot. Fuck. Hot. Some like it hot.
I just recently rewatched Jason versus Freddy. Fuck, that's
man.
a great movie.
That was a great movie.
That was a great
Is it better
movie.
than Jason X?
One of the few movies that I went to go watch more than multiple times in the theater.
You know what it was? They didn't crap all over the lore.
Yeah.
They,
No, it was done right.
yeah. I mean, you couldn't do it any better than what it was done, unless it was like a little bit more horror-y, but like horror-y, horror-y. But like it was by far like one of my favorite movies to enjoy and watch.
So for a minute, like I want to say for a few years, they were seriously thinking of doing a sequel with Bruce Campbell as Ash.
Ash, yeah.
So him fighting Freddy Krueger and Jason. I don't know,
Did you
like
know-
in my head. Like in my head canon, that would be
That would've been
the
amazing.
most epic movie.
Did you know the
ever.
original also was going to include Michael Myers?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they were trying hard to get the rights to get Michael Myers in there, but it
wow.
never worked out.
That's so bad.
So
That's
they
so
were
bad.
like, okay, let's just do it
And
for
one
the
of the-
sequel.
No.
And then they're going to do the Ash, and then they're going to show other slashers and
So in Japan, they tried to do that with
Sadeko and
versus
Ringo or whatever. No,
yeah.
which is Ring
Pray,
versus,
you heathens.
It was Juon versus Ringo.
There you go.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
but it was
and-
called Sadeko versus whatever. I forget the
Like-
name.
What would have
On
happened
paper-
had they prayed over the tape?
No, dude, just get a fucking industrial magnet on the tape.
dude. So on paper, like it sounds like a great idea, though, if you think about it. Because remember, so Junon, Juon, okay.
Juon.
So I've heard that it's more like they're like she's like an entity of pure rage, right?
Yeah. Vindictive rage.
Yeah, vindictive rage, and whoever catches that curse, they're gonna die. So, the ring, Sadeko, thank you. She like.
I
You
play
get cursed by
Sudoku.
her by watching by watching the video. So what happens in the movie is a girl gets cursed by the video, and they realize, okay, the only way we can save ourselves is by going to the house where this thing happens,
Yeah.
and both of those
Flipping
two fighting, because it's like the unstoppable force against the immovable object thing, and it's a great concept, but it's so badly done.
It's called Sadeko versus Kayako. That's Kayako, the
Yeah.
one from Juon.
They
you
should.
go.
They should definitely have that fight take place over Happy Joy. Something so
Hold
awesome.
on.
joy,
Hold on.
happy
Do you know how they promoted that in Japan?
Now how to do it, man?
Sadeko and Kayako pitched and cat the first ball in a Major League Baseball.
Okay, that should have
In
told
character.
you.
In
Should have
character,
told you
dude.
how.
How did that pitch meeting go? Someone came in dressed like Sadeko, and
She
she had a
crawled
mink.
through the window, and like where her hair just kind of just hangs over and stuff.
The other one comes in with a baseball jersey on.
Yeah, basically.
That's trash.
Hold on.
Oh, that's right.
I love that idea.
Let's do it.
Hold on. See
Okay.
if I can. So they start off by doing a static on the Jumbotron, right?
So for our audience out there,
Yeah.
Angel
Then the video.
is showing us on a small screen on the phone.
But he can't see because he needs glasses.
Yeah. So
Let us all watch him struggle.
let's watch as he tries to describe something he can't see. So it's fuzzy.
Don't worry, guys. We'll put this in the link.
There she is. Oh,
There
she
she
comes
is.
out.
There's
Oh,
Sadeko
this
coming
is
out
crazy.
in the
She
middle of
is
the
in-
field.
She does have a
Full
baseball
character.
glove, you guys. I think she's gonna play third.
Oh, dude, she is full on in character.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think she's gonna lose because she has her head down, like she's not very confident. I don't know about this, you guys.
All right, I'm gonna say she looks like a hot goth girl right there, dude.
Oh,
I'm
here
with
she
it.
comes, stepping up to the plate.
Oh, there's Kayako. There she is.
With a batting
it
average,
froze.
with a batting average of 428.
Dude, she has like a belt.
Don't crowd the plate.
Just seeing that little boy.
This is so embarrassing.
This
It's
is
so
awful.
cringy, bro. It's so cringy.
It's
Oh, they got the little boy. The little boy's just sitting there going like, please, mommy.
I forgot his name.
Oh, man, that is trash.
Oh,
Now we should call him Pale Boy.
Hell boy. Baseball boy.
So yeah, so Sadako is now on the mound, and Kayako is over the home base. He's
don't crowd the plate. Don't
there
crowd the
goes
plate.
the bat. She's swinging it. Like she's warming up. We got to
Warming up the dead corpse.
Yeah. You got to get those joints nice and loosey goosey.
Shake off
there
all
it
that
goes.
rigor mortis.
Does a
Wiggle.
little wiggle. Wiggle.
Is she gonna have the arm
The
to
wind
make
up?
it there?
Because
She
her
sets.
money don't wiggle.
And the pitch.
And there she. Oh, good form. She
She
throws
threw a
it,
heater.
and it's a hit, and she's run. Oh, dude, and it falls on the floor. There it is.
She literally hit
And
the
she
ball
falls on the
and
floor,
fell
and they
over.
both- yeah.
And this is how they pitched this movie, huh?
Oh, and then she tags in. She tags in the little boy, the little zombie boy.
We got a
whatever
pitch
it is.
runner.
Toshio's his name. Toshio.
All right, so okay.
They have him running around in his
Thank you for
tidy
sharing
whities.
that. I really wish the audience can see this trash.
We're gonna
It's
put this
so
down
bad.
in the link of this episode, so you Squid Squad, you can go and watch this. I don't recommend you do, but you gotta
With a grain of
see
salt,
it.
dude, with a grain of
You
salt.
gotta see it. Okay, so I want to go back to something real quick because you started to say something about Jason Voorhees versus Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Confirmed, Jason Voorhees is a Deadite.
Yes.
Jason
Jason Goes to Hell,
It was
the
confirmed.
Necronomicon comes out.
It was confirmed by the director that he is a Deadite.
He's a Deadite.
Well, so, okay, what makes a Deadite? I mean, obviously, I've watched these movies.
Evil
but,
Dead. There's a book of the dead called the Necronomicon.
Right.
And if you
Read from the book?
read it from the book, which is in ink of blood,
Undead skin.
on dead skin. Yeah, it's a human leather bound book. Then the Deadites from this other time come out and they fucking possess everything.
So Deadites are like demons then.
Basically.
Demon zombies, basically.
Basically,
They're
but
in between.
it's because it's like a witchcraft kind of thing. You're reanimating a dead body with a demonic spirit,
Okay.
and it's kind of like possessing the soul of the person. So it's
Yeah,
like
it could also go
capturing
live.
Yeah, it's capturing the soul of the person in the body and then reanimating it.
Actually, into the object, because it could be anything.
Oh,
It could-
yeah.
and not just human. It could be anything. It could be
Interesting.
trees. It could be books. It could be pencils. It
Right.
could be my penis.
Are you trying to tell
I
us
said
something?
dead things. I said dead things.
Come to life. Rise.
Please.
It'd be like rise.
What was that game? Not Bloody Roar.
Battle
It was
Royale?
on Sega.
Oh.
Sega. Rise from the grave.
Oh yeah, Altered Beast.
Altered Beast. Yeah.
Rise from the grave.
Going back to the Deadite stuff, like so in the Evil Dead series, in the first movie, his girlfriend and their friends one by one get picked off and they get possessed, right?
It's the sister of the boyfriend,
Right.
or the sister, and then him and his girlfriend,
Right.
And
then in the second movie, it's just him and his girlfriend.
Yeah, it's a retelling of the first story,
Right.
but now it's just a girlfriend.
Although I love it because it picks up right where the first one ends, but then the first one, like parts of it didn't happen. I freaking loved that
Yeah,
they did that. It was great. But my point though being is that those bodies get reanimated with a demon, right? Because it's not them anymore. Now it's the demon. So that's what Jason Voorhees is then.
Yeah,
he's a reanimation.
In Jason Goes to Hell, they actually show the Necronomicon and they show the cult that brought back Jason.
See, I haven't watched that movie because it seemed like trash. But is it good? I mean, should I watch it?
It's good trash.
Okay.
It's good trash.
Cool.
It's better than Jason Takes Manhattan, but it's trash.
Shit, I did watch that one. That was
By the way,
such
last
trash.
night I watched Friday the 13th Part 3 with my son.
Okay. Oh,
It's trash.
so I have to ask you, you're watching these movies, and dude, those movies are all about like teenage sex and stuff, man. Are you like, close your eyes, son, close your eyes?
Dude, he's 13. He has a phone. You're telling me at age 13 we didn't know about the stuff?
Oh, dude, of course we did.
Dude,
I mean, come
I
on.
started watching South Park with him because he know. Dude, I've seen him. I've seen what he's. We were all 13. Get the fuck out of here if you pretend you didn't know none of that shit.
I'm gonna be one of those parents that still like forbids it, even though like I'm aware of it, and I'm not gonna like attack my kid over it, but like I'm gonna be like, don't bring that into the house.
It's sort of like this uneasy.
I had a talk with him years ago to the Birds and Bees because he was getting interested and he was looking up boobs on YouTube.
Sure.
And he was like 10 or something. So we had to
That's
talk.
my boy.
Yeah,
That's
go
my
get him
boy.
No. But it's a really thin line for me. It's like I'm okay with the gore and all that. Sex is the one was like because that's more live, more real to me.
Yeah.
But I've had to talk and I've actually had to be respectable to him as well as respectable to me. I'm just telling him. I mean, I just tell him treat him like a person.
Yeah.
He knows.
I respect exactly what you're saying because I think that's a good approach. As a parent, what I did, and sort of my like prevailing philosophy in the whole thing is like, yeah, right. Kids are going to find it on their own. They're going to know about it. They're probably going to cuss. They're going to know about sex. But what I want is for them to have sort of a healthy respect for it.
Yeah, same here.
In context, like So will I watch a movie that has sex with my kid? Not if I don't, not if I have to, but if it happens, like for example, we went to watch Deadpool when that movie came out, right? I had no idea there was going to be this long ass like friggin' sex scene in it. I mean, I should have known, but I didn't.
Under 7, I'm covering your eyes.
So we
Look
sat
at the
there.
floor.
So we sat there watching it, and I'm like, okay, I'm like that dog with the fire behind him, going, this is okay, this is fine, this is fine. But now, like he's obviously way older now, and I can hear them, and he cusses like with his friends online. And so what I told him, I had a conversation with him, and I said, look, I know you cuss, and it's fine because you're talking with your friends. No big deal. That's fine. Here in the room when you're talking with your friends, that's going to be your conversation. Cool, I'm good. But if we're out like in a public space, let's say even in the kitchen where people are passing through, please don't do that.
That's what I told him. I told him it's a form of disrespect.
Yes, sir.
With your friends, it's different because you guys are all peers, and it's different.
It's the lingo. It's the language.
With other people around you, but you got to be respectful of your surroundings, of people around you that are not part of you.
Right.
And I told him when he's out in public, he represents the family.
Cool.
So I don't want him to be
Don't disrespect
an
the
asshole
family.
outside the family. That's my job.
Shame.
That's my job.
I'm going to do what my mom did, and I'm going to instill the fear of life
know what
in
he
him.
did?
I still don't cuss in front of my mom
Yeah.
or my dad.
You know what he did? Him and his friends they went up to Uptown. We let him go, and they actually went to Undercity.
Nice.
And they went to Undercity.
Shout out.
And there was like a group of them. There was one guy in there named Sako. No, Rocco. Rocco. The guy's name is Rocco. He started just disrespecting the whole fucking place, dude. He started disrespecting and talking shit, harassing customers. Renee texted me right away. Hey, dude, there's a kid in here who claims to be your son, and one of his friends is disrespecting the place. I actually went to go pick him up, drove him down to apologize to them. And Renee was like, no, it's not your son. It was just the guy that was with him. And the other guys were like, yeah, that's what happened. It's that guy, but we told him to stop. Mm-hmm. And he he didn't listen, but still I fucking nipped it in the bud.
Yeah,
I told him you don't shit where you eat, dude. You don't shit where you eat.
There was a
respect your authority.
There was a liquor store that I didn't take anything myself, but I was with some people who kind of like stole from this liquor store, and my mom did the same thing. She drove me down to the liquor store and made me apologize to the owner.
It's the way to do
and
it.
It's a lost art of showing honor and dignity, and like you said, you don't dump where you eat. And unfortunately, we live in a society where it's like parents are just not engaged.
No.
Like they don't educate their kids in a way. Like I don't want to go off on a tangent because we were talking about horror movies, and this is the scariest part about everything.
It's good stuff, though.
But I will say, like being engaged with your kids is more than just buying them crap. And,
Yep.
like when you buy your kid a Halloween costume, you should totally like understand why they want to be that character. Don't just buy the costume. Like figure out why they want to be that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What are your
what's
kids going to
happening?
be for Halloween?
This year, there's my daughter wants to be Bunzo Bunny from some video game or something. Okay.
I think that's not from Fortnite, is it?
No, it's from that Roblox, but it's like one of the little mini games in there.
Right.
And then there's my youngest. He wanted to be Spider-Man. He bought a Spider-Man costume. Second year in a row, by the way.
Okay.
He wanted to be Spider-Man, so we bought him the costume. But now he has this obsession with another YouTube cartoon video game thing called Boyfriend from something called Friday Night Funkin'.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's basically a guy with a baseball cap backwards, a red baseball cap, a white T-shirt with the prohibited logo on it. You know, the from the Ghostbusters or No Man.
Yeah.
Jeans and red shoes, and then he has blue hair.
He said no, man.
Yeah, so my wife,
Marry, love, and
my wife made him the shirt, so he has the little shirt. So he's always wearing it, and he has a Spider-Man hat backwards.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to get him. There was an event in Uptown where they had trick or treating, and we tried to get him into a Spider-Man costume. He's like, "No, I'm boyfriend." I'm like, "Okay, fine, you're boyfriend." So he went as boyfriend to the damn thing, and I'm thinking, no one's gonna fucking recognize him or my daughter, whatever. My other two sons, the oldest was Kenny from South Park.
Oh, that's cool.
Fucking gorgeous costume. He made he got the whole thing. And then my other son, Michael, he was a plague doctor, and it was actually pretty sick. I'll show you guys pictures right now. Well, my son, the youngest, was the one who was getting most attention. Look, it's boyfriend. Look, it's boyfriend.
That's cool.
And then my daughter was like, "Oh, look, Bunzo Bunny, everybody." And I'm like, how the fuck do you guys know who this is? I have no idea who this is, you know?
You see, and I know that happens. Like as you get older, like there's that disconnect where we just don't understand the stuff that kids are into. And I get that, parents. Like you might not care, you might not know what it is because like it just missed your spectrum. Like you might still be talking about SpongeBob while your kids are talking about boyfriend. But ask them.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
cool.
Your kids will tell you.
My oldest.
You take 5 minutes and you know that conversation of how's your day?
Yeah.
Just ask them what they're into and they'll talk your head off.
I talk to them all the time. I always at dinner time we always say, so how was your day? And we go through it and then they show me this stuff and I know where it's from because I have to check it to make sure it's okay. Boyfriend I was a little iffy about because it's a little older, it's not his age and there's a little bit of cussing in it. But he doesn't watch the actual game. He watches like these fan videos, and none of it is cussing. It's just dancing. So I'm like, all right, it's fine.
Yep.
In today's society, that would freak me out a little bit because, like, man, this just went left, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, just some of the stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't want to get like all preachy or political or nothing, but like, there's some weird stuff out there, and like when kids dress up. In today's world, they can dress up as some stuff that cause mental health issues, and no one wants to admit it, but it's true. There's trends. There's trends in the stuff that people are into that are causing problems.
I'm going to put a pin on that because it's a very long topic.
True.
But like, for instance, in my kids' school, they can't wear masks. They can't wear anything gory. It's part of Halloween, dude. Come on.
But
I'm not gonna, yeah.
On Monday, we're the staff's gonna dress up. The kids are gonna dress up. But I was being told by some of the parents, or rather, some of my staff that are parents that at the schools their kids go to, there's like no costumes allowed.
Yeah,
that's insane. I mean,
it's sad.
Can't imagine.
It's. They don't want to offend anybody.
Right.
You don't want some white guy or black guy dressing up in a sarape and a sombrero and be like, I'm Mexican.
So I mean, like, but is there parameters we should put on costumes? Should we say like no imitating another race? What if someone decides like that's the day that they want to like dress in drag?
As long as you're respectable, I think. Don't you think?
But what if they identify as that race for the day?
That's kind of
you're opening up a whole different kind of words.
Let's go fishing.
Yeah. See, that's the thing though. Like going into the whole costume stuff, like and offending people. I think Halloween is just about for a moment just being part of the fantasy, right? Getting dressed up and doing the whole the
candy.
And so I'm with that, man. I'm with that,
dude. I miss the good old days where like whole blocks used to do fucking the candy thing. Nowadays, the last couple of years, it's been dead. It's like we have to drive around to find like two houses next to each other.
There's always those one neighborhoods that everybody goes to, and that's where it's at, and it's crazy.
You know what? It's where we live. In other smaller towns, like places in
Springfield. No.
Well, okay. So me and my wife went to go visit Minnesota, and like the streets are very like Haddonfield, like like
feeling Minnesota.
And I'm like. I was there, and there is like that vibe you got when like maybe 10 years ago when California was different before like it got weird because like I don't know, like it changed, you guys. Like it wasn't like this. Like growing up, there was a point even as an adult where I could like see little kids go trick-or-treating, and I was an adult and I was out drinking and chasing women, but like it was at that point where I was like, oh, I get what they're doing. They're going trick-or-treating. And then over time, like the numbers got lower. And then like now all the parents are driving their kids to one neighborhood. They get out the car. They go down that one neighborhood with like 5,000 other kids. Yeah. And then they come back around and that's it. Or like, and it's because that entire neighborhood themes, like it's like the only safe neighborhood all of a sudden, like that.
There's a great one in Whittier that does that, man. There's a great one.
It's like Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah.
It's like we've commercialized like the theme of celebration.
Candy cane.
I guess Send more candy canes.
No, it's from Joyride. You ever see Joyride?
Oh no, I was parodying Return.
Return, yeah. No, that's what we say. Candy cane.
But I don't know. It feels shoehorned in because like there's articles on those streets now, like visit the best street in Whittier for Halloween, and then now like everyone's going there, and so
it's
like
overpacked.
and it doesn't feel like that fall springy like everyone's celebrating.
That's
it
the thing. Is like now it's hot in summer. In Halloween, it's like wearing shorts out. Because I remember when I was a kid, it was wet and cold, so you used to layer up and stuff. It was always quick. The year that I was a fly, it rained.
I remember that year. It
rained nonstop.
Dude, I was so fly.
Yeah, I was so fly.
Save me. Yeah, save me.
I should have been Beetlejuice, yeah. No, but yeah, it's changing times.
Yeah.
Changing
so
times.
guys, I wanna segue into superstitions because I've been thinking about
that was smooth.
Sometimes you just gotta go. Hey, shoot your shot, homie. You gotta shoot your shot.
Yeah, but when I do it, I get my head thrown up. Oh, Drew,
you know what? Hey, you know what? I gave up on it. Okay, I realized
Welcome
that
to the dark side.
It don't matter anymore. So let's just go with it. Let's just do it. Let's go with it. I mean, I was just thinking about it though, like because I was talking to my students and I asked them about hey, what do you guys know about Bloody Mary? Because the whole thing was we were talking about different things that we do for Halloween and sort of like how stories get passed around. And I read to them some chapters from the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark from Alvin Schwartz. Really great books, right? And so one of my students said, "Oh yeah, I know Bloody Mary," and he told me how you summon Bloody Mary, and I found it so interesting because that's not how I remember it. He said, okay, so you got to go into a room. I'm like, okay, check, that's true. You got to go into the bathroom. I'm like, okay. It goes, and when you're in the bathroom, you need to flush the toilet 3 times. I'm like, wait, what? And then he said, and then you have to have 3 candles.
I think that's how you get Mr. Hanky.
And then he says, then you have to say Bloody Mary 3 times, and then you have to blow out the candles, and then she'll come out. And I'm like,
that's how you flush
a
a
little too
floater.
detailed.
That's not how you summon Bloody Mary.
I wonder if that's
a bloody
like
butthole.
something.
That's how you flush a bloody floater.
No, I wonder if that's somehow influenced by the movie that came out. I never saw it, but they did. No, they did a movie called Bloody Mary.
It probably did. It probably did.
I mean, as far as I remember,
Okay.
it was just flushing the toilet and saying Bloody Mary 5 times.
That is funny. I just remember the mirror thing in Dark.
that's all I remember.
You know what it was?
You
It's
do
because that movie was crap. And it should
Flush it 3 times.
flush it 3 times and smite that shit into hell.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's try it right
Because of superstition.
now. Bloody Mary.
Wait.
Where's the toilet?
Whoa. We're talking superstition here.
Yeah, all of a
Okay.
sudden, we all get drinks in our hands. It's a Bloody Mary.
I hate tomato juice.
Cheers. Okay. So I got a question, considering we're talking about superstitions.
All right.
Do you say, will you go in the bathroom and do the Bloody Mary
I've done
ritual? Will you go in the bathroom and do the Candyman ritual?
I've done it.
And will you say Beetlejuice 3 times fast? Because all 3
I've
of
done
them
it.
are like superstitious, but they come from like urban legends. Mm-hmm. And
What urban legend does Beetlejuice come from? Because I only
Beetlejuice.
remember his ass from the movie.
It's from counting.
He's a cautionary tale about lawyers. I don't know, I'm just kidding. But that's the thing about urban legends, right? They're all cautionary
He was
tales.
it was a future warning about Robin Thicke and blurred lines.
Yeah.
jump in the line.
It's like
Shake.
15 years and 3 weeks before the coming of blurred lines. Now,
Blurred lines.
so the thing about I think about urban legends is that they're really just cautionary tales, right? They're ways to sort of tell us things that we should be worried about, like stranger danger or what have you. Like I know there are 2 popular ones. One is the babysitter story. You guys all know it, right? And then a lesser known one that but that I think is also really good is the high beams one, where the girl driving home and some truck is following her and flashes the high beams on her all the time, and so she's getting freaked out, goes all the way home, and when she makes it there, she runs out of her car says, "Dad, call the police," and the guy comes out with a gun from the truck, and when the police get there, they're like, no, you don't want me, you want him. And apparently there was a guy hidden in the backseat of her car, and every time he was going to go and overpower her, the guy in the truck would flash his high beams in order to scare him off.
Scare him off,
Yeah. So stuff like that. And now one just came to mind, the hook. You
The
guys
hook
remember?
on the scraping on the side of the car,
Yeah.
and then when it drives away, it's stuck to the
There you go.
to the handle. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
one.
do you guys truly believe that all superstitions and all of these stories are all BS? Or
No.
do you think that there's some realism, even in the supernatural stuff?
No. I think everything has a grain of truth in the beginning, but it's been so bloated and over the top that it's like nothing the
Oh,
same.
yeah,
it's
by
like,
now.
It's like for instance, I have this can in front of me, right, and it's Liquid Death. They're not sponsors or anything. All of a sudden, it's become a thing where I'm a raging alcoholic and I hand fucking like a whole 12-pack of beer in front of me, and it becomes like a whole thing that is nothing near the original. That's what an urban legend is, and I'm sick and tired of seeing urban legends on Facebook where it's like, women, watch out! There's this thing going around that my friend saw. And it's like, dude, that's misinformation you're spreading. It's like the new version of urban legends. Like back in the days, it was like, dude, don't eat that candy, because my friend's brother's cousin had that candy with soda and his stomach exploded. And then it's like, it becomes a whole thing.
Pop Rocks.
Yeah, Pop Rocks.
But doesn't that
I just didn't want to name it.
I mean, maybe this is like a side note, but doesn't that tell you how hardwired we are as a society, or maybe just as a species, to want to connect, right? Like, I mean, the internet was inevitable because of that, where even like 100 years ago, these stories were being told, and they got around. Like they got around, and obviously they changed as the telling went on.
That's how vampires were created back in the days. You know what I mean? Like, there's bodies we find that are in cages underground, or they're like staked or beheaded after death, because they really believe they would come back as something else.
It's probably because these sick occultists were like drinking blood, and they were like, "They're vampires, kill them!" And then people stabbed them with stakes just to make sure that they were dead. Because
it was because there was a couple diseases out there. Hematosis is one of them, I think.
halitosis, I know this is
that's
still
bad.
alive. It's still chasing people every day.
Alive and kicking.
Yep.
That's why I'm not talking much today. So.
Dun, 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 dun.
But anyway, yeah. Let's have some fun.
That's the real Nightmare on Elm Street. Halitosis.
I got a little surprise for you guys.
I'm coming for you.
It's time. Let's do something here, since we're running out of time. How's everyone's knowledge of horror movies?
Oh, I'm grade 8. Let's go, baby. I don't know nothing.
I guess I'm gonna find out.
First one to get 3 right wins, okay? Ooh. You gotta say your name as the buzzer.
Say what?
Say your name as like George.
You have to say your name.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to call on
Your
you.
name.
All right. First one. Oh shit! It's dark in here. I can't see.
Why do we give it to the guy that can't see?
Leave me alone. What is the name of the main character who studies witchcraft in the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Your name. Giles.
No.
Damn.
Willow Rosenberg.
Oh, dude, I should have known.
Giles
that.
The
Watcher.
bangy?
Dude, I had such a crush on her, and that. Yeah.
One time in band camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Myers' mask is supposedly based on what famous actor?
Your name?
Enrique.
William Shatner.
Oh,
You said your name.
No,
Shut
you're
up.
not supposed to say your name. That was just me
Damn
being
it.
in.
I did. I thought so, but then you got to answer last time. You said your name, and
Okay,
so I
okay.
thought, okay,
Hey,
that's stupid,
how
but
about
you
do
got
it
it.
like this? Let me ask, just like direct the question at
individual?
one person. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start from my left, and then we'll go around. If you miss it, it goes to everyone else.
There you go. I
Okay.
like that.
What type of virus is unleashed in the 2016 movie Train to Busan? Great zombie flick.
It is a zombie virus, isn't it?
Ah, you got it.
Yeah.
I just recently watched that movie too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
that
Great
movie
movie, by the
messed
way.
me up, man.
Great movie though.
Enrique,
Yes, sir.
So sad.
what 2014 horror comedy is about beavers becoming zombies, which I've actually seen?
I honestly do not know. I'll pass that off to you, Doyle.
Doyle?
Is it something in Dale Save the World?
No.
Damn.
George?
Zombie beavers.
The answer is Zombievers.
Zombievers.
Oh,
Jesus, I need to watch that. That sounds like trash, but that's
it
great.
really is, but it's fun trash.
Okay, that's like Sharknado. So
Yeah,
I'm in.
it's like
Or what
I'm
about
in.
the tire? Or
I-
what's that one movie with the tire? What's it called?
A killer tire?
The
That's a
tire.
great fucking movie. It's
Tire.
so bad, but I love that movie.
Georgie,
If it's like Godzilla campy, count me in. If
Yeah.
you're like really trying to be serious with it,
No, it's like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It's like that.
Oh, that movie
Killer
was tight.
Clowns and Attack of Killer Tomatoes. If you haven't seen Attack of Killer Tomatoes, I don't care how old you are, go back and
Do you
watch
guys
it.
remember the cartoon?
Yes, I do.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Okay, next one. George. What 1982 film directed by Wes Craven centers around a scientist who is transformed into a plant-based monstrous creature?
Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing is correct.
Yes.
Circle gets the square.
This is bullcrap.
Enrique, what is the movie poster tagline for the 1985 movie House?
Oh, dude, I just saw this. Oh my god, dude! I'm drawing a blank, but I know it because the poster has like the green finger like pointing at the
Doorbell.
At the doorbell, dude. That is such a great movie.
Yeah, House and House 2 are great movies.
Great movies.
The House and House 2 is actually in UCLA, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I used to drive by it all the time.
Can you
That
read
is
the
dope.
question again?
What is the movie poster's tagline for the 1985 movie House?
If you lived here, you'd be home by now. No, I don't know. I have no idea. All right.
Oh, it's on me?
Yeah.
This house is not a home.
No. George?
You are not welcome here.
No, it's Ding Dong, You're Dead.
Lame.
I should have known that.
It was
I know
1985. What do you
Yeah.
expect?
Yeah.
Okay,
You guys, that's so
Ding
bad.
dong.
Ding dong ditch. You'll
All
never be
right, this time I'm turning around, starting with Doyle.
All right.
What creature is the focus of the 2018 movie Meg?
Man, is it that giant megalodon shark?
Megalodon.
Nice.
Hey,
I never
circle
watched
gets the
it.
square.
I never watched that. It was
I never
dumb in
have
concept.
either.
But
I
that
never
was a
have
horror
either.
film?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you paid for it, yeah.
Like freaking out. No.
I paid $20.
Although that poster with the overhead shot of the boat and then like the big old mouth like
Yeah,
coming-
that is pretty great.
That's like nightmare fuel right
That's
there.
pretty
to
good,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, it seems like that could totally go into some of these movies and make them better, and then they don't put them in the movie.
Yeah.
Or when the trailer's better than the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Enrique?
Yeah.
A horror novelist returns to his boyhood home and finds that it has been invaded by ghosts and ghouls in this 1985 movie.
Fuck. Man, I'm getting all the hard ones here.
We just talked about it in the last question.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's not House.
Yeah,
House.
House.
Oh my god! Yeah.
You give him all the easy ones.
Dude, but wait, okay. Wait, let me just say something about
was gonna
House.
say Ghoulies.
He did get it right,
the main
though.
guy
Give him
in
a point.
House, he's the actor from Greatest American Hero, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's such a cheesy
Yes.
but great movie, man.
I will say, though,
George.
that the point came with an assist.
Yeah, it came with a huge assist. I had to. Asterisk on that one.
There should be an asterisk on that point right there.
George.
Yeah. Let the record show there is an asterisk on that.
In The Thing.
Oh, damn.
Which thing?
The
My
thing
thing?
arrives at Outpost 31 in Antarctica disguised as what animal?
Oh,
A dog? Nay.
Oh, nay.
can I?
It attacked the dog. No, that was my bad.
A wolf.
You're
It's
both
a
wrong.
Siberian wolf. It's a Siberian wolf,
It's a
right?
Siberian husky. It's
Oh
a dog.
shit!
They're both wrong.
Then how did I say?
Okay, so
I said a dog, but
So he
whatever.
said a dog, so he's
not a
kind of
dog.
right.
He's
Yeah.
specific. I guess I get an asterisk.
Yeah, I gave it to George, I guess.
Yeah, with an asterisk.
He's a
With an
dog.
asterisk.
He's a dog.
Or an umlaut. Give him an umlaut.
Doyle.
How did I get skipped over that one? That is some bull crap.
This 1982 film features an escaped mental patient with a drill who escapes to crash a high school student slumber party.
Slumber party.
It is Slumber Party Massacre.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Slumber Party Massacre.
I had to make sure I got that right.
Nice.
Well, man, I'm impressed. That was impressive.
Okay, Enrique.
Yeah.
What substance was used to ink the pages of the Necronomicon?
Oh, blood. Blood. Yeah, of course. Blood.
Human blood.
Semen.
That's yours.
Semen.
That's the Orginomicon.
The original.
Which they carry at the Mandingo parties. Huh?
Your Mandingo party's name.
No, it's not the Necronomicon. It's the Naked Amacom.
Okay, George. Who directed the 1999 film Sleepy Hollow? which starred Johnny Depp as Ichabod Crane.
Oh crap!
Can I steal?
Me no.
Well, okay, Enrique.
Tim Burton, man.
Tim
Come
Burton.
on, Tim Burton.
I had that.
Tim Burton.
Okay. Doyle.
Drugs
Who
are bad
directed the
and
1992 film Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I got these. I got this.
Oh, is it up to me?
Yeah.
I know this.
Was this Francis Coppola? No.
Yes!
Oh,
Francis
man, that was
Coppola.
mine. You stole it.
He like what was it? Freaking Smeagol.
Okay. Enrique.
Stole it from us.
What 1978 classic horror film was originally titled The Babysitter Murderer?
Oh, shit. Okay, read it to me one more time.
Okay. What 1978 classic horror film was originally entitled The Babysitter Murderers?
Halloween.
Halloween?
Yes.
That's correct. Circle gets the square. How are we at? What are the points?
George and Enrique 4, me 2.
Okay, Doyle, this is for
Squid
you.
Squad, I'm getting cheated here.
Although you got the hardest one though. Well done.
Okay. Ready?
Probably not. Go ahead.
What is the name of the docile and domesticated zombie in Day of the Dead?
Oh,
It's such a stupid name too.
it is. I'm so mad at myself right now.
You gonna pass?
No, I'm gonna answer incorrectly because I know it, but
Yeah.
it's not Bill.
It's
not.
very close.
It's something stupid like Bill, but it's not Bill.
It's what you
Nope.
are now with your points.
George?
I'm gonna just go on a limb and say Bob.
Nope.
Buck.
Nope.
Oh shit! I thought it was Buck.
It's Bub.
Oh, that's right.
Bub. No one gets that one.
Dang.
Put that point to me. Put that point.
There's
Wait.
no points for you.
Wait.
You got the answers right in front of you.
Just like usual. there's
really
no
quick.
point.
In George A. Romero's, I think it was Army of the Dead. What was the remake that they came back? Where they come
Land
from?
of the Dead.
Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
It is a continuation of the zombies becoming smart.
Smarter.
Yes,
and they
great
start
movie.
remembering and start using guns and stuff.
When I
Yeah.
saw it, I thought like, "Oh, this is so stupid." Until like I actually went back and rewatched and
He
saw.
was going the same way.
Yeah, it was a continuation that these zombies are actually like redeveloping into people like us, but they're zombies. And I think they did that movie, Warm Bodies.
Yeah.
That continues that story. And if
Romeo
you
and Juliet.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Squid Squad,
these
if you're
zombies.
out there, watch all those movies together and you'll see a nice little pattern.
With Nicholas
Yeah.
Hoult.
Okay. Is that supposed to be? I mean, obviously he didn't.
No, it has nothing to do with George Romero, but they got the idea of them coming back to life from
Okay.
that, and it's a combination between that and Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, 'cause I
that's
remember-
why the main character's name is R.
Yeah. I mean, I watched it. It was all right. It's actually all right.
Yeah,
It's all right.
I mean,
It's
it's
a
a
good satire.
rom-com, whatever.
Yeah, it's a good
But yeah,
satire.
Land of the Dead is actually a combination of Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead.
I love that movie,
it's
though,
a great
man.
movie.
That is a great movie.
He also did other ones before his passing, like Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
His zombie movies are not bad.
When I first saw
They're
Land of the
flawed,
Dead,
but
I
not
hated
bad.
it.
Oh, I loved it. I
I
loved
know what part you're talking about.
it. Yeah. Moving on. I forgot who was next.
Doesn't matter.
My turn.
Doyle.
I'm trying to get back in there.
What
Yo.
actor stars in the 1999 film Stir of Echoes?
That's a tough one.
I know this.
Of course you know this. You wouldn't know this melodrama. Crap! Stir of Echoes? 1999, huh?
It's about a man who sees visions after being hospitalized. If that helps you.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
I was about to say, I was
Mr.
gonna-
Bacon.
No,
I was about to say,
Bacon, man.
is there any degrees of separation? I was about to ask you that.
No freaking way, you guys.
All right.
That was... Man, my brain remembers commercials like nobody's business.
Okay, here we go. No, I'm gonna go with you.
Me again?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No,
Sweet.
I'm kidding.
I'm getting
I'll
back
go with
in
George.
this.
I had to do it right. Okay, George. What's 1970s pop music icon starred in as Nikki in David Cronenberg's Videodrome?
As Nikki and what?
Okay, what 1970s pop music icon starred as Nikki in Videodrome?
Dang, I saw that at the video store. Shout out to anyone who ever been to a video store.
Dude, Cronenberg, that's an epic movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I haven't
The
seen
pistol,
this in my
remember the
youth,
gun?
But yeah.
That's
The
a
gun
hard
in that?
pass.
That's a hard
Go
pass.
ahead, Enrique.
It's not.
Kike.
It's not Tracy Lord, is it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know the movie. I just don't remember the actor. I know the other actor who's in it. And what's his name? Oh shoot. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? God damn. James Woods. James Woods was in that. He's great.
I do not remember nothing, so my guess is Prince, just so I can say Darling Nikki.
Darling Nikki.
No. Deborah Harry. Blondie herself.
Oh,
Wow.
Blondie.
That's a great movie, though.
She was also in Tales from the Crypt. I mean, not Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Now, those movies are all, body horror stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, but that doesn't fall at all into cosmic horror thing because it has really nothing to do with anything extra dimensional or whatever. It's just weird shit being done to the body, right?
But you know what? Like, body horror is not necessarily bad. It's just like in how extreme do you go? You know, like
Human Centipede is like my limit.
See,
that's
I
all.
cannot,
Fuck,
no.
that's
That's
too
too
far. I
far.
will not watch it.
That's way beyond the line of like gore that anybody ever needs to see.
Can I say, by the way, the one of the worst movies? There's two actually, but one is kind of good and the other one is really, really bad. Serbian Film is a shitty, terrible movie. It should never have been made. Have you seen that one? The Serbian Film? That's
No.
what it's called.
No.
So the whole premise is this family. Oh gosh, okay, dude, a lot of messed up stuff being happened to people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. And then the second movie's called Martyrs. Have you seen Martyrs?
I've seen Martyrs.
Martyrs is great, right?
Yeah, it's
Martyrs
pretty
is
good.
great.
It's pretty
And
good.
there's a bit of body horror in that as well. That's kind of why I was kind of going in that. But go ahead.
Here's the
Sorry.
final one because we're out of time.
Sure.
Doyle, I'm giving it to him. What movie tagline was just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water?
Oh, man.
Oh, come on, come on now.
It's kind of a
You
trick
got it.
question. It's not that easy.
Oh,
Just when you thought it was Jaws 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
Jaws 2.
see, I knew that.
Okay. I was gonna go 3 for a second. And I had to think
That
about
was
it.
at SeaWorld.
That one was terror in a new dimension.
I was gonna say piranha. Remember
Piranha.
the piranhas?
It's called
Okay.
Blackfish.
Final quiz, real quick, off the topic. Who actually directed the sequel, Piranha 2?
Oh shit, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't know.
No?
Nah, I have no idea.
Kevin Feige.
It was the directorial debut of James Cameron.
Oh, what? Oh, dude, crazy.
Sick.
And
Okay.
then after that, he did the Terminator. No, not Terminator. He did Aliens, right?
He did Terminal Illness.
He did Terminator first.
Um,
The
No,
first one.
no, Aliens.
Terminator, the first one.
Oh,
The
shit.
first
you're-
one.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then he did, from that, he was able to do Aliens.
Okay, so Piranhas 2, which is a terrible movie. I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but led to Terminator
Stop
and then
kissing
Aliens.
James Cameron's ass.
I'm not gonna
Hey,
go watch
hey,
that
hey,
anymore,
like,
by the way.
give him
Fuck
chapstick.
that.
if James Cameron ever would be willing to come on this show, we would let him lead the Squid Squad. I'm just saying. You know what? We slam a lot of stuff.
Knowing him, he would like make this a 3-hour podcast.
Knowing us, we would sit here and listen to everything he has to say.
And he would just be ripping off Joe Rogan.
And let me ask you: Do you think he's gonna stick the landing though with Avatar the sequel?
Just because of who he is, yes, but I did not like the first one. I'm not gonna like the next ones. I'm really not.
I liked it for a minute, and then I went back and watched it again a second time.
It's
and
Dances with Wolves.
So boring.
It's a terrible movie.
It's so
It's a
boring.
terrible movie.
I'm
I don't know why
gonna go
people are
back
so
and watch
fucking
it for
great.
the cinematography and see if I like the shots and stuff.
What cinematography? It's all a fucking video game, dude.
Yeah.
But
At the
like,
time, it was all 3D.
Yeah,
though.
it's
Remember
all-
that? It was IMAX experience. I mean, it was cool for as
Hey
a.
man, on my TV, on my 3D TV, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just
I want to
it's
see the
fluff,
blocking and the
dude. There's nothing
staging
there.
and the
Blocking and the
angles.
staging.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Film school. You went to film school.
So I wanna give a shout out to the costume designer of that movie
I mean, maybe for a future.
and the key grip. Very important.
Maybe
key
for a
grip.
future
Get a
topic,
grip.
but I want to know, I want to ask, because I'm sure you'd have a lot of information on it, Angel. Like, why does 3D not, hit? I mean, it's such a great idea, but why, every time they try to bring it back, it just never gets that mass. What's up?
It's basically just one thing. People don't like wearing the glasses. Simple as that. Majority of people don't like. I
have
enjoy
another-
3D. If I can make all my movies in 3D, it's way better. The movie Hugo is gorgeous in 3D.
Okay.
Avatar, gorgeous in 3D. They're all great movies, but people just have a discomfort of wearing glasses.
Yeah.
I have a different opinion. I think 3D movies don't work because in most cases, whoever's making the movie doesn't understand the experience of the audience.
That
And
too.
so when
Yep.
they're creating the 3D, it's just stuff that stands out to you, but it doesn't make you feel more immersed in the movie like it's supposed to.
It's also done really badly.
It's very gimmicky,
Friday,
right?
Friday the 13th Part 3, case in point. They have parts where it's like, hey, can you give me that? Yeah, here. And they're pointing towards the camera just to make it pop out.
So bad.
It's really badly done. It's got to be done very sexy.
Yeah.
Hugo is one of those movies.
Okay.
Avatar is one of those movies. Titanic, when it was redone in 3D, it was one of those
I
movies.
didn't see it in 3D.
Yeah, I have it in 3D. It's fucking amazing.
Did you just say Titanic?
Titanic in 3D?
You just opened that can of worms again.
God, here we go.
Leo!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our time. It's a little bit past our usual time. But
Really quick, I just want everyone to know there was a 3-way tie in our game here, and George and Enrique got an asterisk by their points. So
Doyle wins.
I came in with my jaws too at the end.
I honestly thought we were going to be bad at it, but that was cool.
Hey, man, and that was only a little bit, man. That was not the whole thing.
I say we go to one of those like venues where they do like competitive questions tournaments, and if we sign up for horror movies, guys, I think we got a shot.
Oh, dude, I've gotten most of these right. It's kind of crazy. But let's end it there. George?
Well, everybody, have a great and happy Halloween and be safe out there. And remember, not to take candy from strangers. Aren't they all strangers?
Enrique?
Oh man, it's great to be back in the room with you guys. This has been fun. I know that we're sort of getting into the swing of things again, but man, always a good time and just a breadth of information and knowledge. You guys all have fun. Good times.
The Doyle?
Pray, you heathens. Tired of this phenomenon and paranormal activity. Get to praying. Get over there, just come and pray.
Praise Jesus.
Pray.
He cuts my grass. Good night, everybody. Never eat a chocolate dipped banana on Halloween.
Because there might be razors in it.
Yeah, urban legend. Peace out.